Today we are going to look at coping strategies. Those are strategies that you employ to reduce your stress and to manage those stressors that you cannot avoid. Changing your attitude can help you to look at stressors from a different perspective. Look at this black box. What do you see? You may see the profile of a face looking to the left, or you may see the word liar spelled out diagonally. I show you this to help you remember that there are always several ways to look at a stressor. One time that I remember changing my perspective was when I traveled to work on a highway that was under construction for months. Often the single lane would come to a complete stop. My initial reaction was to stress about getting to work late, and I would get frustrated and angry because there was nothing that I could do about my situation. I decided to throw a book or magazine in my car. This was before mobile phones, and the next time I was stopped on the highway, I would catch up on my reading. This certainly did not help me to get to work on time, but I was definitely in a much better frame of mind when I arrived. Sometimes you just have to let things go. You cannot control everything. Just the thought of that is overwhelming. Learn how to be assertive. We are going to look at communication approaches. Practice incorporating assertive skills into your interactions with others. There are 3 different communication approaches. Some characteristics of passive communication are allowing others to choose for you, emotionally dishonest, indirect, self-denying, and inhibited. In win-lose situations, you lose. If you do win, it is indirectly. Some characteristics of aggressive communication are choose for others, inappropriately honest or tactless, direct, self-enhancing, self-expressive, derogatory, and in win-lose situations, you always win. And some characteristics of assertive communication are choose for yourself, appropriately honest, direct, self-respecting, self-expressing, and straightforward. And you convert win-lose situations to win-win situations. If you tend to use the passive approach, you may feel anxious, ignored, helpless, or manipulated. You may be angry at yourself and/or others. If you tend to be more aggressive in your communication approach, you may feel righteous, superior, and controlling. Later, you may feel guilt. And if you tend to use the assertive communication approach, you may feel confident, self-respecting, goal-oriented, and valued. Later, you may feel accomplished. How might others feel from a passive exchange? Possibly guilty or superior, or even frustrated with you. And what about those on the other side of an aggressive exchange? They could feel humiliated, defensive, resentful, or hurt. The recipient of an assertive exchange may feel valued or respected. And what do people think of you based on your communication approach? In an exchange where you are primarily passive, they may have a lack of respect, distrust. They may consider you a pushover, or maybe not even know where you stand. If you are aggressive, others may think you are vengeful, angry, distrustful, or even fearful. If you are assertive in your exchange, others may respect and trust you. They know where you stand. And what are the outcomes for you? In a passive exchange, others achieve their goals at your expense. Your rights are violated. In an aggressive exchange, you achieve your goals at others' expense. Your rights are upheld, but others are violated. In an assertive exchange, the outcome is determined by above-board negotiation. Yours and others' rights are respected. And you guessed it, anger can be communicated differently. Anger can be expressed both verbally and non-verbally. Let's take time to go over the non-verbal and verbal ways anger can be expressed. In passive anger, a person internalizes the expression of anger when he or she avoids dealing with a situation that contributed to the feelings of anger. The anger can then be expressed by getting even, holding a grudge, or being mean at some time in the future. Spreading nasty rumors, not speaking to the person, and damaging property can be examples of passive anger. In aggressive anger, the anger is directed at the other person to hurt him or her emotionally, physically, or psychologically. Yelling, put-downs, and hittings are examples of aggressive anger. Assertive anger is usually the best way to communicate feelings of anger because anger is expressed directly and in a non-threatening way to the person involved. A statement such as, "I feel angry when you do this," is an example of assertive anger. Regular exercise helps your body to use up pent-up stress hormones. Maintaining a healthy diet can help you to fend off stress. And avoid alcohol and drugs as a way to help you relax. Surround yourself with a network of family and friends who can be there when you are in need and vice versa. Helping others can have a positive impact on your health as well. Having good sleep habits is another important factor in managing your stress level. You can access the sleep diary in D2L. Don't forget to take time to downshift on a regular basis. As we learned, stress can lead to chronic inflammation that is associated with chronic disease and illness. So, how do people who live the longest eliminate stress? Well, they don't. What they do differently is they have routines to shed that stress. Around the world, many have daily habits that help them to relax. In Japan, they take a few moments each day to remember their ancestors. While others pray, some take a siesta, and others do happy hour. In other words, they downshift each day. Incorporating some sort of regular relaxation helps you to manage all that stress. We are going to spend the remainder of the semester investigating relaxation techniques.